Hello garden friends, and welcome back to Girl Plus Garden. If you are new here, my name is Jordan, and today I am bringing to you an update video of what we've got going on in the garden right now. I actually filmed this update a couple of days ago, but I only filmed the actual update segments. I didn't do an intro and outro, so that's what I'm doing today. So the actual clips with the updates you're going to see in this video will be a few days old, but I'm going to be doing another one very soon, and I didn't want to do another update without posting this one because I think there's some pretty worthy updates in here. So if you're interested in seeing what we've got going on over here, please keep on watching. Here is what the garden is looking like now. I had to clean up some of the piles we had from the garden party, and I still need to till that in-ground part back there, but I didn't want to just leave all the tarp on the ground, so I actually used the tarp to cover up some of the beds that we just filled up, just to kind of keep them out of the way. But yeah, the spring crops are looking good. I don't know how they're gonna look over the next few weeks. We have we're literally in the midst of like a week of 80-degree weather for the highs, and then like 60-degree for the lows. So that's pretty warm for a lot of these crops, especially when we're talking about the high temperatures during the day. So I don't know, the kale looks really good, the greens over there look really good, the rutabagas over there look really good, the carrots are still doing great. That's from the garden party. But the carrots are still doing well. You know, we'll see. The beets took a bit of a beating, no pun intended, but they look like they're doing okay. There were a bit more before we had a couple days of freezing temperatures, so I'm sure that's what did most of the damage for the beets, but there's still a few in here. I'm gonna let them go as long as I can. The chard, well, at least this chard is popping back up. The other two look like they might be trying to pop back up as well, but this one is doing the best, so you know, we'll see. I have hope for the greens because I know greens can typically go either way. They can do the cooler temperatures, and they can also, at least some varieties, handle the warmer weather as well. So I'm not so worried about the greens. I'm not so worried about the chard, other than it being kind of stunted from the freezing temperatures. But everything else, I'm really not sure. I'm hoping that my snapdragons over here are going to flower before it gets too hot, but we shall see. We just gotta, I guess, wait it out and see what happens. I really have to say I don't have a lot of hope for the broccoli and the cabbage. I have some over here, and then I also have 3 plants over here. I don't have a lot of hope for them, but maybe they'll surprise me. So the most things I want to be successful are probably going to be the snapdragons, the kale and the collards, and I'll say the carrots, because I don't know that I've ever successfully grown carrots, and that's something I've really been looking forward to, and they look great. I wasn't sure how they were going to germinate, and they look really good, so I'm hoping that they'll pull through for me, and that I'll at least be able to get a nice handful of a carrot harvest. So we shall see. This is just a mess of a cart over here that has been here pretty much since last year. I will be rehoming a lot of these plants, probably taking them out of these pots as well and putting them into some new containers. But I wanted to show you guys this chive plant that is flowering that looks so beautiful. I need to see if the chive plant will still go on after it flowers, or if I'm gonna need to use the seeds to replant some new. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. My sage is looking a little a little beaten up and battered back here, but I'm hoping she'll pull through as well. She looks decent, but she did look a lot better before that. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I also want to show you guys these potatoes, sweet potatoes I have over here that I am trying to get some slips from. So these were in the house and we had a little bit of growth on them, so I wanted to try this and put them in this pot. Oh, we can actually see a little something peeking through right there. That's exciting. But yeah, I want to get some slips. I know I'm probably a little bit behind from my area in kind of doing this, because I know sweet potato slips take a little while, and then also when you actually plant the slips in the ground, they take a good amount of time to actually produce the potatoes. So I'm hoping that I'm not too late, but we're gonna go with it anyway. I already have a bed dedicated to growing sweet potatoes for this season, so we're gonna go with it. Hopefully I'm successful in making these slips so that we can have lots of potatoes come fall time. And over here, I think this is probably the thing that I'm most excited about, at least right now. We are hardening off our plants, and we're a pretty good ways into hardening off, or at least the process of it. So today they'll be out here for 6 hours, and then tomorrow they'll be out here for 8 hours in the full sun, which means they're so close to being able to handle a full day's worth of sunlight hours. So yeah, that's really exciting, and that just means we're that much closer to getting these plants out and into the ground, and that much closer to the late spring and summer garden. And I'm super excited. This is most of the plants that I'll have out in the garden this year, though this is not all of them. I was planning, and still am planning, to start probably some squash and some melon seeds indoors, but I'm also leaning very heavily towards just direct sowing them, just because they're not really hard to start either way. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, just looking at all these beautiful plants makes me so happy and so excited. The bane of my gardening existence is spawning yet again. To all my southern gardeners, if you know, you know, Bermuda grass is no joke, and here it is, peeking its rhizomous head out of the soil once again. This is one thing I really have to tackle with tilling the garden. I have to get as many of these freaking roots out as I can, because oh my gosh, if I have to, this might not be a worthy statement for every gardener, but to my gardeners who have struggled with Bermuda grass, it's the worst. And I can't even say it's a struggle, because sometimes no matter how hard of a fight you put up, it just does not let up. Like, it's insane. So yeah, that's gonna be so much fun, but I'm hoping that I can at least get a good amount of this taken care of once we till the ground and pull as many of these roots out, because I'm gonna have in-ground rows over here, and I really don't want this to be you know, sucking the life out of the plants that I'm gonna be growing over here. So yeah, I am not really looking forward to it, but also kind of looking forward to it so that I can just get it done and hopefully help my garden be as successful as possible, at least over here in this area. What's so funny about this little patch over here is I originally, thought this was some Bermuda grass coming up out of the ground, and I thought it looked a little weird, but I didn't really put too much more thought into it when I first saw it. But after coming over here and looking at it a couple more times, this is definitely some chives. Now, how they got here, I'm not totally positive. I know I had a pretty big container over in this, close to this area of the garden some years ago. So what I'm thinking is that plant may have flowered and the seeds may have spread to this area, because they're here, and they're also, if you can see the green sticking up out of this little pot over here, they're just in this general area. But since they're chives, I think what I'm going to try and do is give them a home in an actual container so that they're not in the ground, because they're just going to keep trying to come back here year after year. So I'm going to try and rehome them and put them in a container so that they can go somewhere else in the garden, because though they're not supposed to be here, I don't really want to kill them because I like chives. So I don't really want to just get rid of them. So we'll see what happens over the next couple weeks, because I'm going to have to tarp this area off soon for the upcoming spring and summer garden, because I do not want weeds to just be all over this area. So yeah, and that will wrap up our update video for today. We're so close to getting plants in the ground right now. I have a couple more things I need to do before we get to that point, but we are so close to really being in the thick of the warm season garden, and I'm very, very excited. As I mentioned before, I will have some more updates for you guys soon. I'm getting back to posting more consistently. I took a little bit of a hiatus for a multitude of different reasons, but yeah, I am super excited for what's to come over the next couple of weeks. Also really excited to start doing some garden tours. I think I'm going to begin that once I get some of these plants into the ground, so that we can kind of start keeping track of the progress from the beginning. So please subscribe if you are not, so that you can keep up and be notified once those videos are posted. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.